Cinematic Storytelling, Professor Burton, Week 3, Assignment 1.
So what is the assignment for this week, Professor Burton?
So this week we focus on camera shots and creating moods. And there's a post that I gave you with the movie 310 to Yuma and how the director used a series of dollies, zooms, and tracking shots to create a whole backstory in something like a minute and a half. So you should have watched that by now before you see this. This is an assignment that does not work off of your storyboard. You're creating a separate essay-type bullet response, not drawn. And you are given the assignment as follows. You are working with a young student in a new high school who is introverted and somewhat depressed, and you have to relay the kind of shots and angles and lighting that you would use in order to portray a mood.
What type of mood do you want us to portray?
That's a great question. The mood would be fearful, upset, paranoid, and scared for his life or her life, maybe. If they're in a gang, you can create that however you want, or in a situation where there's a gang. And so everything that you explain here is all about lighting, camera angle, and the character's expressions and leading lines.
Is there any other story elements that we have to add?
Yes, I mentioned leading lines. Leading lines have to do with the composition of the camera and what brings your eye to the focal point, which in this case would be the teenager. So it may be a line of lockers, a big long shot of lockers, and then the girl standing at the very end with all the locks lined up and a very dark lighting. It may be some students in the past have said a low camera angle. Well, remember what low and high means in terms of cinema language. It's explained in the syllabus, but low means majesty, so you may not use low. High means looking down and something small or belittling the character, so you probably would use a high angle. So those types of things you need to review. So that's part one. In part two, you are going to apply your knowledge of what cinema shots there are, and they're all listed here, and take pictures of your own with a digital camera. And some of them are a medium shot of a person, a long shot, a group shot, etc. I am somewhat liberal about this. If you are not familiar or anxious to be a great photographer, that's okay. I am more than willing to accept clip art and pictures from the internet. But I do ask, regardless of what you submit, that you label your intentions. If you're giving me a shot of Gandalf in Lord of the Rings, and it's a close-up, you must label it close-up. Otherwise, I don't know what your intentions are.
So we have to give a photo or image as an example for each one?
That's correct. You have to give an image or a drawing or a photo or clip art for each one of the shots depicted.